Hey, what is going on, Vikings fans? Dev here, and welcome back to the After Hours. So this is a new show. I think it's like the second or third episode here. So this is a show where we just kind of chill out. We go over things that are happening in the news. I talk about things that I'm excited about, Vikings related stuff, things like that. So something that I touched on a little bit in the last two episodes of After Hours, Rondale Moore. I said in the last video there, he has been placed on IR. It is a significant injury in the knee there. I'm trying to look here. I think it's the right knee. Yep, right knee. Now, I don't think that they've said what it was exactly. Like what exactly is torn or ripped or what muscle it is specifically, right? Those kind of things. I don't think they have. Let me check here. Knee injury, right knee. It's weird though because the last article I said, it said right knee, which I think is right, but this here is saying left knee, but I don't think that's correct. But this is the second consecutive year, guys, that he will miss an entire season due to a knee injury, I think on the same leg as well. Sounds like the same kind of thing happened in training camp while he was on the Falcons. So, like I said, that sucks. Love and prayers over to Rondale Moore in your trying times here, bro. We are still behind you. You are still a Viking. Get well soon, bro. Get well soon. And our next story, guys, looks like Justin Jefferson is back at practice. So it looks like he is ramping up his participation. I think today is his first day back, actually participating in practice for real. And I'm sure they're going to start him slow, but really exciting stuff. Cannot wait to see Jetta's back on the field killing shit, bro. Also in the news, looks like people are still freaking out about the cheerleader thing, guys. So the male cheerleader thing, some fans are still being very vocal on things like social media in the state of Minnesota and outside of it, noting that, they're not a big fan of what the cheerleaders are up to, adding the guys. The team doubled down. They publicly defended the decision, noting that the male cheerleaders have previously been a part of the franchise and are now part of about 1/3 of NFL teams. So lots of other guys on lots of other cheer squads throughout the NFL as well. Looks like the two new cheerleaders, the two new boys, are responding on their social medias in a bit of a cheeky way. So you can check that out if you'd like. The organization, guys, also emphasized that no season ticket holders have followed through on any cancellation threats. Also in the news, guys, looks like the race for QB2 remains open. Kevin O'Connell confirmed that the competition for the Vikings' second quarterback spot remains wide open. J.J. McCarthy is firmly set as the number one guy. He is the starter. The roles behind him between Sam Howell, Brett Ripon, and Max Brosmer are still being evaluated as preseason wraps up. My opinion on that, I'd maybe have to go into the film a bit more in depth, but it looked to me like Max Brosmer was playing a little bit better, or at least looking a little bit better than Sam Howell, at least in the last game. I'll have to look back against the first one against the Texans, but kind of a cool story with him playing here as a Gopher and all. Also, the upcoming roster decisions, guys. So with the preseason finale approaching and roster cuts looming, it looks like the deadline is August 26th. So, just about a week away or so. Several position battles are heating up. Undrafted rookie Miles Price is making a strong case to earn a spot as the primary returner. The team continues to evaluate depth, at the backup QB, as we said before. Looks like also a receiver, punter, and return positions. So, with Rondale Moore out, we've also got to, fill his spot as well. Power rankings and preseason wraps. So it looks like the Vikings are currently sitting just inside the top 10 heading into the regular season, bolstered by a strong roster, but tempered by lingering questions at quarterback. I don't really think we have that many questions at quarterback, guys. It's going to take him a minute to get going, but I really think he's a killer quarterback. And it's like a lot of people have been saying, which is a sentiment that I kind of agree with. We don't need the world from J.J. McCarthy. We kind of just need him to do, average quarterback play and with the pieces that we've put around him, guys, and I mean it, the running back duo, the new offensive line, the weapons for him to throw to. I mean, even with Jordan Addison out, we still got Hawk, we still got Justin Jefferson, we've still got guys like Speedy Naylor, who people are talking about a slump with Speedy. I don't think it's a slump. I think that he just really kind of had a strong season last season. And so maybe fans were expecting a little bit more, but he's still such a young guy. And I think that there's still so much that we're going to be seeing from Speedy. And the defense, guys, I mean, that's something that I don't think people are talking enough about, guys. I mean, if our defense can keep the other team at bay, we don't need the world from JJ McCarthy. If he can put up, say, 21 points, something like in that realm, then the defense can hold this other team at bay, and we don't really got to worry about it. And he has so many attributes that I think find a really good home here in our offense. So, with the troubles that we got in the wide receiver room, with Jordan Addison, in his looming suspension, and with Rondale Moore going down like he did, we still got really promising guys, like I talked about before, in Speedy Naylor and also Ty Felton, who we just picked up. But some Vikings fans are talking about us possibly making a trade, possibly picking up a new guy into our wide receiver room to give us that depth that we need just for those first 3 games. And I say that, I mean for the whole season, obviously, but we really need that help at the start of the season. So who do you think, ladies and gentlemen, people want to come to Minnesota? Or should I say, come back? You're right, it is that man, Adam Thielen. So a popular rumor highlighted in SB Nation suggests that the Vikings could pursue a reunion with veteran wide receiver Adam Thielen, currently with the Panthers. With injuries to Rondale Moore and Jordan Addison's suspension, Vikings receiving depth is stretched thin, making Thielen an appealing, familiar option. However, the pieces, notes, and idea is more theoretical than confirmed. And that's what I thought every time I saw this being proposed. It's like, yeah, that would be cool. But it's not all that it's cracked up to be, right? You got to think, I mean, he's a little bit older now, obviously locked in a contract down there in Carolina. So probably not all that realistic, guys. Although if it happens, I back it 100%. That would be sick. But it looks like in my notes here, there have been reports of some dialogue within the organization, some discussion underway internally. Opinions differ on necessity. Some people don't think we really need it. Some people think that these young guys can step up and make it happen, as is the case with our play at quarterback. Something I always thought was really cool about at least the KOC era of the Minnesota Vikings is just the undying faith that we have in young guys, until really proven otherwise. I always thought it was a really cool development opportunity here as a Viking in Minnesota. So yeah, none of that stuff is confirmed though, guys. We will just have to wait and see. And according to a recent projection, the Vikings are expected to carry 5 wide receivers on their final 53-man roster. And a lot of people think it's going to be Justin Jefferson, Speedy Naylor, Lucky Jackson, Ty Felton, who's the rookie, and then Tim Jones. And obviously, guys, Jordan Addison is also on that list, but suspended for the first 3 games. Another projection from Daily Norseman expects the exits of Tim Jones, Lucky Jackson, Dante Fleming, Robert Lewis, Jashawn Jones, and Silas Bolden. So we will have to see how that shakes out. So some other cuts that might be possible, guys. We might have to say goodbye to Brett Rippin Ass. He could be the odd man out, with the play from Sam Howell and Max Brosmer. I really think it is possible that we let go of him. So we'll have to see how that one shakes out as well. Multiple projections now list the quarterback room as JJ McCarthy, Sam Howell, and Max Brosmer, leaving him potentially headed to the practice squad. So another kind of surprise cut, guys. Ty Chandler is another name that surfaces as a potential surprise cut, especially with Jordan Mason added to the backfield and competition increasing. So that is all I've got for you today, guys. That is all that's really in the news for the Minnesota Vikings. I think really soon we will have some confirmations on the roster changes and everything else. Hopefully the details on Rondale Moore's injury would be cool, and maybe it's not as bad as we think. Maybe he will have a comeback arc sometime in the future, so we will be covering that as well. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This has been the After Hours. I've been Dev. Hello from Minnesota, and we'll just have to see you in the next one. Peace out, guys. Later.